Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi wa kafa. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ibadihi allazina istafa. Amma ba'du farabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli wa qul rabbi adkhilni mudkhala sidqin wa akhrijni mukhraja sidqin waj'al li min ladunka sultanan nasira. Bismillah wa billah wa tawakkaltu ala Allah. In verse number 103 of chapter Al-Baqarah, second chapter of the holy book of Quran, Allah is saying, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, walau annahum amanu wattaqaw lamasubatun min indillahi khairun law kanu ya'lamun. Before we start to explain this verse and give a connection of this verse to the verses before, again I should iterate that these brief interpretation and explanation or the commentary work that we do is only to introduce the holy book of Quran to common folk and all people that are audience for that, and they want to know about the book of Quran and what is its content. We try to, but not only try, we make our complete effort in this way to present an interpretation and an explanation that can bring the real meaning of the words and what is meant by that here in the holy book of Quran. Though there can be more explanations and there is a lot of commentary work that has been done in the past centuries and from the first or second century up to now, and is being done and it is continued to be there, but everywhere there are maybe a difference in the views, but not so much that can be collected, because it is possible that all those views can come to one point or maybe some joint point. And if there is a view, because everybody is looking at the words and the meaning from his aspect and his expertise, and he finds it there, the meaning that he have found, he expresses it and he presents it to the audience or the reader of his book. So it is possible that there are some more deep depth and profound studies that can be done, and we invite all those who have abilities and capabilities, they have a level of knowledge to come and dig this more depth of this book, and there are possibilities and everybody is invited from Allah, and Allah not only invites but he persuades everybody to come and make tadbir and make contemplation and find his pearl of from this very vast ocean of the spirituality and meaning. This verse that we have reached here, starting from the first up to here, and so many talks have been done and explanation and all those things. Here talk is continuing to be towards Israelite, and Allah was explaining in the verses before, especially the last verse, verse number 1 or 2, that these people are not accepting the last call of Allah by the Holy Prophet to all men and mankind to become believers and believe in Allah and what He have revealed to His Prophet. This call, when it is addressed to Israelite, Jews, they did not accept it. Most of them, they rejected it, and there were so many reasons for this denial. And Allah explained to us most of them, those of them which were more important. So He explained all of those reasons in the ayat or in the verses that we have read before. And in the verse number 1 or 2, Allah explained another aspect of their not being believer, and that is because they were busy and they were practicing sorcery, magic work, witchcraft work, and these kind of things. They were prevailing in the society, and they were doing, and a heinous thing that was being done upon that practice was that they were relating it to Solomon, the Prophet Solomon, and his kingdom, and also they were relating it to two angels at the time of Babylonian civilization, and at that time that was prevailed there at that society, and that was by the order of Allah. So they were relating all those things to them. Allah in the previous ayah denied all those situations, and He said, shouldn't it be related to Solomon? He was great man, he was pious man, he was the one who was far from these kind of evil and sins, and it shouldn't be related to him. And also those angels who brought that sorcery and taught it to the people, that was for a special purpose, and that was to give them a power to defend themselves and make good in the society, and not to learn anything that can cause them bad practice or something that can give them harmness and harm them. But as most of the time it happens that people get those things which they think that it is beneficial to them in that time, and they leave and avoid those things which are benefitable for them in the longer term, in the far further time which will come, and they don't get those things. So the same they did there, and they learned those things which were harmful, and they did not learn those things which were beneficial to them. So Allah explained all those situations in the verse before that. Here Allah gives an advice. In this verse that we are now to explain, Allah is giving an advice to the people and say, you are going the other wrong way because you are so interested in the rewards and recompense. So come to us, we offer you a recompense and a reward too, and that is very good, a big reward and permanent reward. Why you go there and go to the wrong path, and only for that worldly and materialistic very temporary life and things. So Allah is saying here, walau annahum, with all those explanations that we gave to you in the previous ayah, that they were practicing and they were going on the wrong way because of that, Allah is telling that, walau, if these people, these Israelites, annahum amanu, they become believer, they accept the call of the prophet, last prophet he means, wattaqaw, and not only join the legion, join the Mu'mineen, join them and just say, okay, we are with you, as they did in some previous ayat. Not only that, wattaqaw, and after that they practice accordingly. They abide by the law of Sharia. They abide by the law that is revealed to this prophet. Whatever it is given to this prophet, they abide by that. If they go like this on the right path of Allah, and they accord themselves to the guideline that prophet gives. Ittiqa means that, being a muttaqi means that, to be according to what Allah have said, and make himself somebody limited and in the framework of path that Allah given to everybody. Walau annahum amanu, they become believer, and wattaqaw, and also they be conscious and fear God. Lamasubatun, Allah is saying lam. Here lam is put here for emphasizing the matter and telling that is for guarantee. That is not something that can be doubtable or it is questionable. No question, no doubt, it is sure, guaranteed. Lamasubatun. Allah is saying here lamasubatun. It is a word, the variant or the word is used here in the form of nakira, means indefinite. It is indefinite and means that have no limit from the size, down size or the up size. No limit for that. Maybe very small of that, maybe very big of that. Lamasubatun min indallah, that it comes from Allah. It means even if a masuba or reward, recompense, it is very small from Allah, it is very big when it is compared to the things or the reward that they get from their worldly affairs. This reward, maybe it is small, it is very big. And for this very reason, Allah is saying, lamasubatun, a reward, be it a little or be it a big, a reward, min indillah, from the side of Allah, that Allah gives to somebody, khairun, that is better and better and better from that what they earn from their activity and their wrongful doing, what they practice as sorcery and magic work or this kind of thing. So Allah is saying, this is that I advise, walau annam, if they do like this, they will find a much better reward and recompense. Law kanu ya'lamun, of course Allah is saying this is something that is not acceptable by those who are ignorant. They are not knowing, illiterate people who don't understand even the realities of life and the realities of whole universe. And if they could understand the things, then they could find that this life is not going to end here at this point of 80-90 years, but it will continue and it will be a longer, much longer life after that, and there will be a judgment day, and there will be so many things that are needed there for that life, and that life is very long and can be very enjoyable and can be very bitter, both of them. So if somebody wants to make that life a life that is entertaining and that is joyful and it is tranquil and full of good things, so he is to abide by the law of Allah. Now that is advice that Allah is giving to Israelite, and that advice is not only for them. Of course, this is something, a principle, a general principle for everybody who is there, who is audience, who want to know, who is understanding the realities, and everybody knows that this life here, a very short life, is not all that we have. we have a prospectus of a very, very long life, so we should think about that long life, not only this part. This is a part of the life. After this, as this week is part of life, next month is part of life, next year is part of life, and we think for every duration of these things, these periods of time, we should also put the next of that duration, the time is that longer life that will start from our leaving this world and going to the other world, and then facing judgment, and then having that longer life. May Allah give us this grace to understand His words. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah bless you all.